Now this chord progression holds a bunch of beautiful sounding chords. We are in the key of D minor, so we're going to be playing the D minor chord, which is the chord 1, the C major chord, which is the chord 7, the B flat major chord, which is the chord 6. We usually play like this with 1, 3, 3, 3, and 1. However, with the fingerpicking technique, we can make it easier to play. We can get rid of the D string and just play 1, 3, 3, and 1. And you're obviously going to pluck the A, G, B, and E string. Now the last chord is the chord 5, which is supposed to be a minor chord. However, we're going to change this with a dominant major chord. So the chord 5 will be an A major chord. And we're also going to play a variation of this chord, which is going to be played with the same shape, just one fret up. Now this variation is going to add so much, Spanish flavor to the chord progression. But what is this chord? It's definitely a B flat major chord. With the E string open, it becomes a B flat major sharp 11 chord. And with the A string open, it's going to be the same chord with the A on the bass. So a B flat sharp 11 with the A on the bass, slash A. It's a slashed chord. So the very first step, just familiarize yourself with the chords. Just strum them, or you can just play them with a simple finger picking pattern. Now with the fingerstyle technique, we can add a lovely rhythm to the chords, and it doesn't necessarily mean that we have to play all the time. In fact, we can keep the fingerpicking pattern simple and let the chords ring out beautifully like this. Of course, you can change the fingerpicking pattern all the time. Now the one I was using right now is more or less always the same, which is this one. So I have the index always on the G string, middle on the B string, and ring on the E string. And the thumb is on the bass note, depending on which chord I'm playing. And the pattern is thumb, index, middle, index, ring. Then I go back to the index, middle, and index. So we're playing 8 notes. Now after these 8 notes, we can really decide to, play the chord as we want. So I can just arpeggiate the chord again, or I could just strum it lightly. I can also change the voicing if I want. So I play the E string open. The second chord is a beautiful C major. Now this is indeed such a lovely and beautiful chord. I'm playing the root note C. On the G string I'm playing the fret number 2, which is the note A. On the B string I'm playing the fret number 3, which is the note D. And I'm playing the E string open. So I'm definitely playing the root note and the third of the chord, the note C and E. Then I have the note A, which is the major 6, and the note D, which is the major 9. Such a beautiful chord. Now we're gonna play the same arpeggio, but we finish with the C major chord. We don't want to keep the chords too colorful. We can add a little bit of color, and then we can resolve back to the basic chord. I strum the strings with the thumb. Just make it rhythmic. You don't want to just strum real quick. Just slowly arpeggiate the chord. For the B flat major, same pattern. And I like to play the B flat major with the E string open as well. And we finish with the Spanish chord and the A major. Of course, we can add a lovely melody, variation to the chords. And again, you can come up with a lot of different variations, guys. I'm going to show you the one that I like. And then you can obviously, change it up a little bit and spice things up as much as you want. So we have the same arpeggio. C, the B flat. So we have the same arpeggio. And this beautiful melody in thirds. So I'm playing on the B and the E string, the fret number 6 and 5. And then the fret number 8 and 6. Back. And then I'm playing 5 and 3, and I'm switching to pinky and finger 1. And then 3 and 1. And the reason why I switch to pinky is because after these, we're gonna play the C major, so we have the third finger ready to go. Yeah, and what we can do, we can just arpeggiate the chord and then just strum it lightly. And then we're gonna play the melody. So I'm playing always the same thirds on the B and the E string. First one is a fret 1 and open. And then I have 3 and 1. And 5 and 3, 3 and 1, and back to 1 and 0. Now for the B flat major chord, we have a beautiful, beautiful melody. We arpeggiate the chord. And then we have the melody on the G and the B string. Fret number 3 is already there. And then we play the B and the E string. We don't change the position. And then we add the fret number 1 on the E string, back to the E string open, and back to the G and the B string. Such a beautiful melody. And then we finish with the Spanish chord. And we have a lot of different variations here. I mean, we could do, we can go from the B flat major chord down to the A major. But we can also just move one voice. So we're gonna keep this flat 9 here. To make it even more Spanish, to add even more tension to the chord. But, we can play the A major, regular A major chord. And then I'm playing this beautiful harmonic minor scale, starting with the note A on the G string fret number 2 and 3, and then the B string fret number 2 and 3, E string open, 1, and 3. It's a lovely approach. It's a little bit more challenging because we have the chord and then the melody. Now we play the D minor chord right in this position. It's just the 7, 6, and 5. It's just a beautiful triad. The finger picking pattern is thumb and ring, middle, and index. And then we do it again. Then the bass, and then the melody. We're using the D minor scale. So I'm playing 6 and 8, and then the fret number 5 and 6. A quick hammer on and pull off on the fret 5 and 6, and back to the fret number 8. And we finish on fret number 5. Now for the next chord, the C major, we're gonna play here. It's a beautiful chord just to notes on fret number 8 and 8 on the B string, and then the G and the E string. I'm playing with thumb and middle, then index, and then the ring. And then the melody, which is way easier than the previous one. The B flat major chord will have the same chord shape as the C, so we bring it back to fret number 6. And then the melody. It's kind of the same musical idea, starting on fret number 6. And we finish with this beautiful A sus4. So it's fret number 7 and 5, and I'm plucking the A string and the B string, and then the G string, and then the E string. And we finish with the fret number 6, and then we play this beautiful phrase. Again, it's a beautiful harmonic minor scale, starting on the G string, fret number 6 and 7, and on the B string, fret number 5, 6, 7, and on the E string, fret number 5 and fret number 9. Now we can finish the chord progression with these same chords. We're just gonna play them like this. It's just a D minor chord on fret number 10 on the G and the E string. The C major chord is played like this, with fret number 10, 9, and 8. You could actually play the D minor with the finger 3 and 4. Then the B flat major on fret 8, 7, and 6. And the A major chord, just one fret back. And we finish with this lovely arpeggio.